Good morning, everybody. This is Joel Cagle coming in. I just wanted to share my thoughts about Arkansas State that happened over the past weekend that, of course, Michael and Rebecca Todd put on. Great event. It was located at Campbell Cars dealership in Benton, Arkansas. I believe they said they had 101 total entries, so not a huge tournament, but it was definitely almost everybody was from Arkansas, and it seemed that Arkansas as a whole, as a state, is getting a lot stronger. That all of our younger pullers, like myself, Jacob McEwen, Michael, who trains with James from around Conway, everybody is getting a lot stronger. And then the guys who are our veterans, Ryan Morin, Aaron Lehmans, Kevin Parrish, they're all still ascending too. They're all still getting stronger, training hard. I hope y'all don't mind if I smoke this cigar this morning. I just went out of chicken, so I always celebrate with a cigar. I like the Swisher Sweet Diamonds. So let's do a quick recap. I'll do my class. I competed in the right and left open 176 category. I just recently competed in Tulsa in an amateur 185 and under class. I came in weighing 170 even, I believe, in Tulsa. For this competition, I knew I wanted to get a little heavier, so I put on a few extra pounds. I weighed in at 173 at Arkansas State. In Tulsa, I got second place on the right hand. I lost to a young man, Evan Prince maybe, or something like that. I don't know his name, but he's a really strong hook puller. I beat him once. He beat me first in the preliminary round, sent me to the B side. I came back, beat him once in the finals. Just hit hard back in the straps, separated him, and went over his shoulder and got on top and kind of pressed down. And I was trying to do the same thing in the second match in the finals, but I just couldn't. Just didn't have the energy. He had more stamina than me, so shout out to him. I went undefeated in the left hand in Tulsa on the amateur class. Chance Shaw, Kyle DePew, all those guys, they were saying, Joel, you're a bully. You got to get out of the amateur class. And for me, like, my thoughts about it, I was really had a lot of self-doubt in my arm wrestling ability because I've been trying to compete at some open 165 classes, open 180, open 176, and I wasn't doing very good. So I thought maybe I need to dial down and humble myself and go down to the amateurs and see what I need to work on. Maybe that was the wrong way to look at it. I don't know. But from now on, I'm out of the amateur class. And that started with Arkansas State this weekend. Like I said, weighed in at 173. I was feeling very confident, feeling very strong. Yeah, I'll let that go out. Feeling very confident, feeling very strong. And I didn't work out hardly I did a couple recovery stuff after Tulsa and had a couple of good workouts after that, but for like a week and a half, I didn't work out going into Arkansas. I do a couple lot stuff. Of course, our chickens were dying like crazy here on the farm. We were battling some sickness here, and we just my workouts were on the farm. I was packing out like 250 chickens a house sometimes, carrying it in my fingers and everything. I'd carry like 2 or 3 chickens in between each finger, and then squeezing. And I'm always curling something. I'm always using my biceps, always using my lats. How I carry my chicken buckets, I lock my lats in and just pack them things down the house 4, 5, 6 times, like it's a good manual labor workout every day. But right now I'm out of chicken, so I'm about to hop on the tractor and take care of business. So, first match, right-handed. because we start out pulling right-handed, I believe. I draw Aaron Lehmans. Aaron is an awesome puller in Arkansas. He's got some wins in Mississippi, maybe in Texas, I believe. He's a good puller. For the first 3 years of my career, he always whooped my ass. Just could never get out of his hook was always so strong. So he was like my goal, like I wanted to beat him. I knew he was showing up. We come to the table, and I get the non-buckle side of the table, right? I'm facing Michael Todd, or Corey West is the head ref, because I think they started out with amateurs and went to open first, so Michael was taking a break, and Corey was the head ref. We were setting up, and I can feel like he's all committed to his hook, you know, he's all committed. Well, I was like, I'm not worried about it. Pro now. I'm not going to fight him trying to, he can have my pronation. I don't want it, you know. I just want to get this thing stopped. So I set up on the outside of my elbow. I've never set up like this. If you pull me, I never set up like this. I set up on the outside of my elbow and just kind of turned supinated instead of pronated and set up, and bang, he went into his hook over the top like a high hook kind of deal, and I just crunched and got my cup and caught it probably a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch before the pin. I mean, Corey, you can watch the video on my Facebook. Corey West was, I mean, right there about to stop it. He was about to stop the match. Caleb brought my, a lot of time my travel partner, he was on the downside reffing, filling in, since Corey was on the A side. Or the head ref, I mean. And once I catch it, I can feel my wrist starting to come down. I'm starting to use a lot of down pressure chop, you know, to turn my knuckles back up how I want them. Instead of being turned up, I'm starting to turn them into more of a punch. Once I get that and I bring my elbow closer in, I get as close as I can to my body, and I start driving sideways, and I just felt stronger that day. My right felt really good. So after that, my next match was with Chris Allen. There's a big old fox squirrel right there climbing on the old treehouse. But anyways, my next match was with Chris Allen, a really good, decent puller from Louisiana. Got a strong hand and wrist. And he felt strong in the setup. He felt as strong in the setup as I've ever felt. So, Chris, if you're watching that, I mean, good job on what you've done. I mean, to me, I've gotten a lot stronger myself, and I thought you were about to blow through me in the setup. But I just remember getting a hold on just on the backside of his thumb and really clamping down and containing. And whenever he would go, I knew I was going to absorb it. So and just hit sideways real hard. Flash pin. That was my next match. My third match would be Ryan Morin, I believe. And I could tell he was trying to escape, trying to run away off the back of the pad. I could tell he was trying to get away from me. And I felt like my hand was way too much in the setup. Like I could feel like my hand was. So every time, like I tried to, when he ready to go, he would come as hard back as he could, everything dropping below. And I would try to reach just to get a cup. I was like reaching off the table. I did that 2 times in a row. My elbow popped off the front of the pad. Fouled out. I lost. Went to the B side. I was like, well, fuck. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. But I was upset about it, you know. It's just, I was like, man, I hope that doesn't happen again. So I'm just thinking what I need to do next time. Everybody's texted me on a Facebook Messenger and stuff. Like, shout out to Cody Vanderweerd, shout out to Jake Houston. They said, Joey, you got to go to the straps. Shout out to Jeff Blair, who was there. he wasn't competing that day, but he was there to give a lot of insightful advice to me and to his actual team. And they all said, Joel, you got to just slit, just bail, get to the strap. So I kept that in mind. And as I went throughout my next match, was with Trey Suits. And Trey, you can correct me on this because I'm sure you know, but I think I was the first person to ever grip up with you maybe on an arm wrestling table, which that's kind of crazy. I remember at Michael Todd's practice showing you a lot of technique stuff at the very beginning of the practice. I remember that. And you've come a long ways, man. Your top roll pressure, you're going to have a nasty low hand top roll. You just got to keep working it. Just got to keep working it, Trey. Big shout out to Trey because he felt so much stronger than I've ever felt him. And he got me on the hit, but I just was able to catch it and go sideways in the hook, you know. And we might have even went to the strap. I can't remember, but I really can't remember. I should have watched the video before. I'm just trying to go off my head. I don't think I had any matches after that, so I think I get back to the finals with Ryan. No, I had to pull Aaron again. That's right, I had to pull Aaron again after I beat Trey. So I pull Aaron again. I set up the exact same way. I didn't change nothing, but just applied more pressure through my palm this time to control his hand more. And so that time, that's why I caught it way earlier than the other one, because the first one I didn't care about my hand. I wasn't setting up for it. I was setting up like this, you know, almost. This time I kind of came in just a little bit more pressure through the palm, and voila. I mean, it was butter, you know. That was good. Shout out to Aaron. I know he'll probably be training even harder now for the next one. So I get back to the finals with Ryan. First match, I'm on the good side of the table. First match. On the non-buckle side. I'm not getting the buckle. Slip. Go to the strap. And he's trying to clamp my hand while the strap's being put on. So I started to clamp. See if it may. I've never had that experience happen to me, but he did it left-handed too. Both left and right. I won't talk about I got like 4th place left-handed. It was all right. I thought I was going to do a lot better, but me and Ryan, you can look it on his Facebook page. Me and him had he slammed me once left-handed. Then we just had a good match after that in the straps later on in the tournament, where we were just kind of having a pronation battle. But anyways, he outlasted me, and I tried to hit sideways and cracked my wrist, and then he just wham slammed me. So shout out to Ryan for the good left-handed win. I thought I was just going to hook you and slam you, man, but shout out. That was good arm wrestling. But so I started to clamp my hand right-handed too. I was like, I'm not letting this happen to me again. So whenever they're clamping on the bottom of your wrist, I don't know if I've never heard anybody talk about this, but if anybody in the setup, instead of having their hand open normal, like 2 hands are open, you know, one is clamped on the back side. That keeps me from loading any pronation at all. It actually puts me under, and the webbing is way off. Like, it's like so hard to pull for me. Like, y'all might not think that, but like it bothered me. So this time I'm really clamping too, and Michael says, open your hand. So I was like, well, Ryan should open his hand too. And he did. Once we had a fair setup, it started really fair. Like, I mean, it's like perfect waff. You know, it's in the ref's grip, it's in the strap, basically. Felt really good. It might have not been in the ref's grip. We still might have been able to get our own grip. I think we did get our own grip in the strap. It wasn't to a ref grip yet. And I wasn't trying to cheat in the setup or nothing. I was trying to start as fair as possible. But I mean, I just hit so hard, ready, go. Just bang. And it just all went. I just went right over I think I might have hooked first and then just cut down, I can't even remember. But the next one, I remember I just hit full over the top, like just straight palm, high hook sideways on the second one on the other side, when I had the buckle. I just felt quite a bit stronger that day. Took first right-handed, so I was really, really happy with that. Really happy with that. Shout out to Troy Brown, my Scott County brother, training partner. Dude, he has came so far. He's only been in the sport a year and a half, and he is blowing my mind at how strong he's getting. He's got a perfect hand and wrist. Watch out, pro 242s. He's coming for you, There's a guy named Shane Clayton who came to practice a couple months ago, a couple months ago. I would call him an amateur puller. Because he lacks like any really good technique, but he is so strong. Shane is so strong. He's already an open class puller because of how strong he is. Like he just skipped the amateur class because of his strength. And he came to James Summerall's practice in Perryville. Shout out to James. Not pulling up in the open 76 class, whooping my butt. But he whoops my butt every Sunday, so that's what makes me better. So shout out to him. Thanks for all the practices. But we were having practice at James's, and Shane was beating everybody. And me and Troy were talking about how he could beat Shane when it came down to it. I said, you got to get him in the strap and peel him back. And Alan Gunn came to practice a few weeks before Arkansas State. And Alan was beating everybody out of the strap. But I said, Troy, if you can get in the strap with him and pull back and open him up, his arm's going to follow his wrist, And Troy did, and it worked every time. Troy beat him every time in the strap. Shout out to Alan. You're strong as heck, man, but just keep working in the strap. Troy doesn't even get in the strap with Shane in the right hand overalls. He just clamps down and pulls back and just, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. It was insane how strong Troy was. And he just crushed all the overalls. He pulled my feet up off the ground. I tried to set a hook and just basically came up forward. And when he did, he pulled back. My feet just came off the ground. And he just slammed me like he'd never slammed me before. Like, I felt like me and Troy used to have some good battles right-handed. Just practicing, of course. But I felt completely outclassed right there. That was very impressive. So shout out to him for winning. Shout out to Caleb Brott for competing in 3 classes and winning the Open 176 left. He went through it too easy. Had some good wins in 98. Had some good wins in 242. Again, thanks to Michael. Thanks to Rebecca. Thanks to Corey for reffing. I got to go in there and ref a couple of the ladies' matches. We had some awesome ladies' class matches there. Just a really good overall Arkansas talent and strength that was shown there. I was just really happy to be a part of it. As for me, I plan on next Sunday, I'm going up to Eudora, Kansas to train with the Saco Arm Sports team. This will be my 4th time going up there. Just an awesome group of guys. Shout out to Bowles and shout out to Cody Vanderweerd. Shout out to Michael Creason. Shout out to Ryan Wickham, Jimmy Pops, Bill Logston, Steven Logston, Don Underwood. Shout out to all those guys. And for anybody I'm missing, just know I love all y'all. And I'm ready to see y'all on Sunday. But what's next for me is I just want to train and be as strong as possible. Like, I've been pretty lazy this summer when it's come to training. I've been super consistent with arm wrestling practice again, making sure I'm pulling a lot. I've got a strong training partner in Dawson Scott who's about to start tearing up the Open 198 class in Arkansas before too long. Get ready. He's a monster top roller. His left is stupid strong everywhere. His left is just stupid strong. very impressed with Dawson. He couldn't attend Arkansas State, but I'm sure he'll go with me in October to Joe Drellick's tournament in Minnesota. I can't wait for that. I don't know if I'll compete in 154, 176, but I want to at least compete in 2 classes. And then after pool like a crazy mofo and hang out with all my buddies up there. Just can't say enough how much I enjoy the arm wrestling community, how much light it brings into my life. I know there's always some negative Nancy's and anything, every walk of life, but most of the people I've met so far have welcomed me with open arms, and I can actually call them really good friends. So shout out to all of them. It's just a pleasure to be with them, you know, and to be able to pull and compete and to train with all these awesome guys that I've met. And that's basically it. I really want to start posting more videos, updates, like weekly updates on my training to help me keep more consistent. I'm not really doing this for any money reason right now. Maybe someday. But for me, it's just like an accountability thing. Track my progress. And that way somebody else someday can watch, you know, they can watch and learn from all the crap that I've done wrong so far. Like, and I'll probably have some recap of my career so far, like a catch up, like I'll write stuff down and actually follow a script and stuff instead of kind of freelancing like I did this video and just rambling and talking. But I just wanted to, I feel like this was a good way for me to introduce myself to y'all and to let y'all know a little bit more about just casually how I am, you know. I feel like I'm pretty chill, and I just want to get to know more arm wrestlers and keep training and keep trying to climb the ladder, man. It's a process, but I'm going to be in this for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, you know. I can't wait to just keep grinding and keep pulling, man. Let me give you all the right. Less for opening doors. Oh, yeah. Y'all have a great weekend.